When I was a little girl, all I wanted to see was me in the media. Someone fat like me, black like me, beautiful like me. If I could go back and tell little Lizzo something, I'd be like, you gonna see that person, but bitch, it's gonna have to be you.
Bravo to the brilliant Lizzo. And there was another important win for representation this Saturday as Disney dropped the first trailer for its live-action Little Mermaid remake, with actress Halle Bailey appearing as Ariel. Thousands of little black girls across the country reacted to a Disney princess who looked like them.
I think she's brown.
What?
She's black.
She's black.
She's black! She's black! Yes, 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 yes! Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Ariel's black! Mommy! She's brown like me, Mom.
What, baby?
She's brown like me.
Yeah, she's brown like you.
She's like me!
Right?
She's like me!
That right there is the kind of euphoria and joy every child deserves. But despite all of that excitement, still, some internet trolls, some are furious about this new movie. Forbes characterized that backlash as, quote, transparently racist. It obviously is. Joining us now to discuss New York Times bestselling author Tracy Batiste. She wrote a children's book called Mermaid and Pirate. Tracy, the response we are seeing from black girls across the world is amazing. And it's not just about joy. How important is this representation?
I mean, representation is important because people are important, and we want to see all kinds of people in all kinds of roles doing all kinds of things. And I think this is why people are so upset. They're not used to it. You know, we haven't had it. And they're surprised. Well, surprise! We're here. We exist. We exist in the sea. We exist on land. We exist everywhere. And it is joyous. All of the kids, I mean, you see their faces. They're so excited because they didn't realize that this was missing. And it's not just missing for them. It's missing for everybody. And it's so important because then we all get to see what we've been missing all this time.
But many people look at this and don't realize actually the history, right? With this specific movie, Mermaids, they think, oh, Disney did a good thing. They chose one of their movies. They're doing a remake. They're going to have a black one. It wasn't just random, was it? There's a history here.
There is. And what Disney is doing is actually, they're not really digging into the history of Black mermaids that much. They really have taken the Hans Christian Andersen story and have given it to this Black actress. But it would be really interesting for them to go into the existing Black mermaid stories.
Okay, you've written about this. You wrote in 2019 a whole piece, Mermaids Have Always Been Black.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Sure. So I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, and growing up in the Caribbean, we always had these creatures called jumbies. And one of the jumbies is called Mama Jlo, which means mother of the water. And she comes directly from West Africa, from Mami Wata, which also means mother of the water. And so she was brought to the Caribbean when enslaved people were brought into the Caribbean and into the Americas. But West Africa, South Africa, all over the African continent has had mermaid stories for millennia. There are cave drawings of mermaids in South Africa. The Dogon people of Mali, as far as they're concerned, the very first creatures on Earth were mermaids.
Then why is all of this backlash? Why are people so upset?
Because they don't know. They don't know that this exists and that this has existed for such a long time, because the stories that we have, the stories that are in the media, have been whitewashed. We have had access really only to a very small percentage of the world's stories. And now that is starting to open up. And people are shocked because they're not used to it. But it's okay, they'll get used to it.
But what's amazing, a movie like this or other movies and films that you're seeing backlash, these aren't even real historical figures. We're saying, oh, this isn't an accurate representation. These are fantasies.
Right.
These are fictional characters. Can't they be anything?
They can. They can be anything. But I also think that for a very long time, the media has really only portrayed one type of person. And that has been really difficult for people to
A white
get
alpha
to.
male
That's
and
right.
a damsel in distress with long, blonde, flowing hair.
Right. But also just even male-female representation in stories, right? I mean, women are the majority of the Earth's population, but there are a lot more men in media, right? So we're not getting an accurate representation. And what it's doing is it is stunting everybody's imaginations. So they cannot even imagine that this could exist when it is a straight up fantasy.
Well, guess what? Tonight, you know what they're getting at 11 o'clock at night? A black woman and a white woman telling you the news. Tracy, great to meet you. Great to have you on. Thank you so very much.